Hey guys, it's Bo with Music in Minnesota, and we are here with BadNraD.
What up?
This here probably encapsulates 90% of my childhood, and I'm sure even more of yours, since it is your creation here. You've got a guitar, you've got numerous records, and Pee-wee's Playhouse, and a number of different items that just scream, late 80s, early 90s.
Right. I'm like so wrapped up in nostalgia and just memories of things that, while I was growing up, inspired me to make music. And it was pre-internet too, so we were exposed to very similar things via TV, or like if you were like at a sleepover, it's like late night, it was like it wasn't as easy to find just like random things and niche this or that. It was like we all have these very similar memories or connections to these older things that I think kind of connect us no matter what happens, but now that we have the internet too, it does connect us as people of our age and our generation to kind of be like, man, remember this, and like we're really like hardcore about our nostalgia these days. I feel like.
So you just put out an album this month, was it?
Yep, August 12th. I put out an album called Deep End. It's a 7-track exploration into the future retro vibes, I suppose, and just kind of experimenting with what I can do, and just trying to kind of have fun with electronic music, while trying to kind of capture a lot of nostalgia that I just am hearing in a lot of music that I'm like, I could do that.
Are people responding? I know you released it on a cassette, right?
Correct.
So are people responding well to that type of release?
You know what? That's what's so great, is that when you release something on cassette now, it's becoming part of kind of it's like how vinyl was at one point, where it was like, it was special. It's special because people don't really listen to much music on tape right now, but there's like a circle of people who do, and there's blogs that review tapes, and that and there's a lot of people doing similar, kind of 80s and 90s inspired music that they release on tape, because that's the vibe, that was what was cool, and it's very nostalgic. So releasing it on tape it's like a spark for people. It's like, man, I want to get a boombox again because I want to start listening to tape. It's not like it's a superior audio quality, or it's not, really superior in any way other than just a fun and kind of nostalgic way to listen to music, and it has kind of a warbly softness to it, and it is humorous. I mean, that's part of it, is that it's funny, and it's cheap. And record stores nowadays, they want vinyl and they want tape. They don't really care about CDs, because CD's cool, but you could just get digital. So
True.
So that's kind of what we're going for, is that retro thing.
On the beach in a neon bikini, she's like a genie, adding wishes to the boys that she meets. She's got a boombox blasting her favorite beat. The way she moves, the way she grooves, I can't believe.
You had told me about a scenario about when you were maybe possibly not necessarily calling it quits, but you weren't really sure where you were going with your music.
Yep. I don't know. I always end up you hit in life, you always are going to hit kind of lower points. And after being on kind of a hiatus for a while, I was kind of doubting all these songs that I had at the ready. It was like, what am I doing if I can't get these songs out there? And I had met, just as I was kind of at a pretty low, I had met Jared from Last Triumph Records, which is the label that I'm on now, and we were just kind of like, just immediately like, just kind of had this connection where we were both on the same wavelength about things, and it really just kind of lifted me up to be like, maybe this is possible. Maybe, this is the person, the synchronistic event that needed to happen for me to feel good about music again and to put it out there. And it turned out to be that way, I think, because we started working together and just kind of vibing out on these songs, and to be honest, I don't think it would be done or be anywhere if it wasn't for meeting him and getting kind of more serious about it. You have to meet people or like have events happen in your life to kind of propel you into like modes, and I felt like meeting him and his attitude about it, he was like, we're gonna do this, and I was like, okay. And then and things turned out just the way that I wanted them to. I have access to people and things that I didn't have at one point, that I was kind of feeling hopeless about, and now I'm like motivated and excited about the future and stuff.
Yeah.
So
isn't it funny how, the human brain is such an amazing item that it can literally cause you to give up or continue your dreams.
Yeah. Oh, and it's constantly manipulating you, even though you're like trying to fight against it. It's like it's gonna have its say, and you're just like, no, you're wrong. Like, don't, doubt this, or this is good, that's why you had fun making it. And it's like, nah, man, that's shit. You suck. And it's just like, you're wrong, I know it, but okay, I'll believe you. I mean, that's the fight, especially being an artist. I mean, you doubt, you get excited, you believe, and then you, like, crash, and then you doubt it, and then something happens, and you get to that point where you're just like, I'm just gonna put this out, and then people are like, dude, this is great, and you're like, oh, why did I ever doubt that?
Yeah.
And but that's, there's a process, there really is, and it's a repetitive pattern, and the more you get used to it and accept it, the less it affects you so deeply that you actually feel like you should give up.
Yeah.
So I rarely feel like I should give up or anything, but it was one of those periods. It's in the middle of winter, and you're just like, what am I doing with my life? Music is cool, but nobody's gonna like this.
Yeah.
There's the muse that inspires music, or inspires your art, and then there's your like belief in that, but that doesn't last forever. And then there's someone else coming in or being like, wow, and their like excitement about your work becomes the secondary muse that drives you to like put it out or finish it or expand on it or whatever it needs. You have to meet people that inspire you to keep it going.
Yeah.
Because otherwise everything would just end up in a folder on your computer and and just be like shit that you shouldn't have made.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you should. This is great music. Like, please put this out.
Yeah.
So that's I think kind of what Jared inspired for like me was like, he came in and was like, dude, this is really good. We could like put this out on my label, and I'm like, all right, that's the only option I have, and it sounds fantastic. And people, and you can do what I would never have the like motivation to do, and so
Sure.
it's been working out really well. In the past, I've been releasing everything independently, and it's just like I don't have it in me to do all the business stuff, you know. And I don't think most musicians really like feel that. They don't want to do that stuff.
Yeah.
They want to make music, and they want someone else to register their music for licensing and doing all the stuff. You know,
Royalties.
can you get like someone to make these T-shirts? Like, I don't want to deal with someone. Getting
Finding
someone
out
to
the
make the
best-
T-shirt. Yeah.
Best prices.
Oh,
for the
that stuff is
stickers and the
frustrating.
t-shirts and- If you guys are interested in taking a listen to BadNraD's music, I suggest you check it out. I'm going to drop a link on this video. And if you guys have a cassette tape player in your car,
Get a boombox. Get a boombox.
go to the local...
Buy an old car.
Exactly. But make an investment, buy an old car first, and then go grab his cassette deep end. I guarantee it will be worth the investment. So thank you very much, Jake, for taking
Thank
the
you.
time today. It was great
Thanks for
talking
coming
to you.
over. Yo, this is Jake, aka BadNraD, and you are watching Music in Minnesota.
Washed out, faded off the deep end once again. Tossed out, wasted. It's all for real. There's no
Stones in the sky, stones in the sky.